coming back, but whatever, whatever. It's all for fun.
Oh, there we go. I think it started.
All right, good luck, guys.
All right.
Yeah, finally, after an eternity of waiting.
Oh god, yes. Yeah, we had problems on both sides. A player drop, a player, I don't know, went to feed his chickens or something. But all in all, we're back. Time for another game of this godforsaken game. I honestly have no idea what factions they picked. I was not paying attention to that.
We can press tab and we'll find out in a second. I think Terra might have alternatively went with Japan again. We'll see. But I fully expect there's going to be a lot of flame tanks in this match.
Oh yeah, that's the one guarantee. Honestly, if they're going flame tanks, then there's nothing more broken than. Well, I'm not sure actually. Which one is the worst off to try and kill, the SSD or the Flamen Panzer?
I would have to say the Flame Panzer, and the reason why is because it has an immunity to heat shells, from what I understand.
Oh, I've noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's incredibly difficult to kill. You need to use a recoilless rifle. M3 AT guns are fantastic for that as well. If you have a Devil's Brigade Demolitions Man, you could perhaps try to track it and then use one of the satchel charges on it. The M8 howitzer is also a good alternative as well.
Yeah. And honestly, though, I don't expect them to use Flamen Panzers, because it really is just like an easy button in this game. That might be my personal bias shining through, but I never promised to be impartial.
I truly believe that there's going to be a lot of Flame Panzers. I'm fully anticipating it now. I think that they're going to try and perhaps potentially crash the game or do something of that nature. We only saw maybe 2 or 3 SSDs in the last match.
Was there really more than 2? Because I know there was there's certainly one on the west side, but other than the one on the other side, I wasn't sure there was 3. So if we talk,
well, I mean, we'll see in a moment.
Yeah. Irony of ironies, we're still waiting on George. Oh well. Okay.
We just played on this map for Ukraine Bias, the team that I was participating with. And I'm hopefully expecting to see which team gets to the right side first. Or actually, it appears to be the... Let's see, which side is it on? Oh no, this might be the remix version.
It is indeed Bold's remix, so I believe that either flips the spawns or just the locations of the cap points. I am pretty unfamiliar with these because, I don't know, these type of maps are not really often played. Anyway.
Of course, Cornstar doing his ordinary single buy. Oh, he's with Storm Grenadiers this time, which appears to be relatively standard purchase.
I'm not gonna say I would have done that, but to each their own. It really, you can win with them.
The 2 options that are ordinarily prevalent is you have Grenadier squads because of that grenade rifle and Storm Grenadiers. You could perhaps go with Fusiliers. They're the superior version of Grenadiers, but I rarely ever purchase those.
Honestly, that is my opening. I don't know if they're like really good or not, but I've done well with them.
I don't use Fusiliers, primarily as a result of the fact that you could alternatively purchase Grenadiers and just do single buys for the rest of the time there. And in some instances, you can save for a Panzer Grenadier MG42 team. They are a bit overpriced, but in some circumstances, playing on Medvedovka, for example, that map is excellent for having 1 or 2 elite MG.
Indeed. Well, again, and I think a good player can make all the opening things work. And in fact, let's go check out the opposing side. Let's see what they're doing, if anything different. A lot of single buys. Pretty standard.
They're immediately trying to control this hill right here at the center.
Right. Silica Packet, the sub, he's got a full... Oh god, are these Marines? I honestly can't tell because he's direct controlling him, or it says that. No.
These appear to just be riflemen. He might have gone with... He hasn't actually separated his squad into its respective special units, but this does appear to be just an ordinary rifle squad because of that bazooka.
Yeah, I also think he's going to get away with it because it doesn't seem like anybody's going for this center point. So, assuming that he gets set up there, he might actually have it, not on lock, but a decent opening, shall we say.
Of course, Terra is just moving forward, continually with his suicide charger.
Oh, I mean, suicide chargers, that's what... Again, this is actually a really good map for suicide chargers. You got all these trees, and the whole point of them is getting in close and blowing the fuck out of your opponent with grenades, so...
Oh, but this is going to be a problem. Oh, wait.
Oh, you have a
look
shock
at this.
SMG versus suicide chargers.
This is an unusual buy. George actually went for an FG42 team. That's very unusual for an opening. I've ever actually seen the FG42 team used.
Which team? And sorry, where is that?
The FG42. If you look on the east side, second point from the east side.
Oh, FG42?
Yeah, the FG42, not the MG42.
Oh no, that's a very good buy, especially if you get them on sandbags. Yeah, it doesn't have the same range
mean,
as the MG42.
But a single buy. I never really purchased the FG42 team as a single buy.
Oh, I do. Well, oh, Fallschirmjäger. I believe it's a Fallschirmjäger. Yeah. No, they're really good, at least in my experience.
In squads, yes.
No,
See,
the single buy. Single buy is great because then they're relatively.
Well, I
cheap.
mean, in my personal experience, I haven't used them. Oh, look at that massive grenade hit right there
That's
in the kill feed.
fire too. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's friendly fire. Looks like Silica packeted it split up. I mean, they're all clumped together right here on this point.
Yeah, he's probably microing something else. Oh God, he's just killing all of his guys with a rifle grenade. So that's a little bit of a rough mistake. It's all the trees, man.
Yeah, it looks over here. Dark is very well holding this point on the east side with his Shock SMG squad, which is going to be an exceptional counter against these Japanese suicide charges.
Oh God, yes. Honestly, you could do worse than spamming just shock squads the entire game. Granted, I wouldn't advise that as like a pro strat, but they're so good. And you get the flamethrower and body armor. It's just unbeatable. Not unbeatable, but.
Did we have George doing quite well with his Kublo wagon, MG42?
No,
Microing that quite well.
It's peak cancer, but it's also very good. But yeah, if you look at, oh no, that's not. That's the Volks Grenadier. Okay.
We have some Dishka wheels that are coming from Dark as well. But they control almost uncontested this left side here, and I don't think that in this case George knows that there's no infantry back here. So if he wanted to push, it would be very easy for him to do so and gain a bit of a foothold on this.
You're definitely right, and it seems like Dark Wolf. He's doing about what I would do. That kind of. He's got the Shock SMG squad, and then he's got the Marine DP-27 team as backup.
Now look at this. Terra is already trying to take this back point right here.
Oh God, he's losing a lot of guys though.
But still, look at all the territory that he's gained at the moment. He is pushing well far
I
back.
was looking at a different one. Yeah, absolutely.
Look at how far he's pushing back there. At the moment, I can't really make any anticipations at the moment.
It depends on how good the Silica Packet's infantry micro is, because against like 5 suicide chargers, it's no contest.
At the moment, his KD is relatively even. But the problem is that he is not separating these grenade rifles as effectively as I think that you should be doing.
Well, his KD's even. I don't know if it counted the fact that he killed half of his guys with rifle grenades, but that's okay. It's a learning experience. It's just a rifle squad, and honestly, that middle point is not getting pushed yet. So regardless of that mistake, he's still got that holding. He hasn't fortified his guys yet, though, which is what I would recommend to anybody watching.
More suicide chargers coming in on the east side. We'll see how well this Dishka build can be employed. He's already destroyed it.
I'm checking the west side, and it's pretty straightforward. We got sandbags, we got not FG40, Sturm Grenadiers and Riflemen on sandbags. It's honestly cool. You've got like a line forming here, like a more
good
traditional.
From Jor or Cornstarch.
Indeed.
No elite infantry yet. That's what surprised me. We have a few airborne soldiers. Actually, yeah, there is a bit of elite infantry on the west side.
No
elite
players.
From.
Oh, sorry, you're cutting out a tiny bit. But no, the German players are just going with a lot of Volks Grenadiers, which, again, I have a preference for more skilled infantry, but no, they're really good. You can do a lot of work with them. Although, we have U.S. Marines on this far western side versus Volks Grenadiers, which is definitely not a match I would want. Volks Grenadiers get... Well, okay, no.
Silica, same problem again, not spreading out his infantry.
Not spreading out, no sandbags for cover. It's a bad combo.
Yeah, I mean, he does control this middle point at the moment, but how long is that going to last? Look at this. We have a lot of infantry here at the middle point from Terra that he might try to push.
Yeah, he needs to clear out these infantry in front of one of his rear points, and then move up to support either the middle point, which he owns, or the guys that are Dark Wolf's point. The one where the shock engineers or shock squads are engaging the...
I mean, we'll see what happens, because in about 2 minutes, we're going to see our first Flame Panzer, or that's when the Flame Panzer is unlocked.
I really hope they don't do that, but absolutely, go for it. And, okay,
we'll also have to be concerned with the fact that Crocs come out at 11 minutes.
Yeah. We see a Dishka going up... Oh, wait, that just got decrewed. We had a Dishka take out the Japanese lightest armor, like the machine gun truck, which, I don't know if that's a good trade, but it's a trade. But no, it does seem like Team Dave, I believe they are, has locked down most of these middle points and is moving to reinforce. Yeah, we got the Japanese player Taro who's moving up suicide charges through the forest. Yeah. That's hard ground to retake, even with flamethrowers.
Oh, look at this on the right side. Look at that micro of that flamethrower right there. We're about to see a massive amount of Japanese infantry killed in that kill feed.
It's a good move. I will not deny it. And
Look at that.
it's
All of that
almost
infantry getting
necessary.
burned.
Yeah, forests are really nasty to push in this game. Yeah, there we go. Good on Dark Wolf. He's got a
An
really
additional shock squad.
He has a 2.0 KD as the Soviets. You know he's doing right in that case.
Yeah, that's an excellent KD.
George's Kuba wagon got decrewed, so we had the first SSD moving up by Cornstarch.
Oh yeah, look at that, it's on that middle point. But there's all this infantry back here that is not being microed properly by Terra. Just kind of sitting here doing nothing. All these Imperial Guards back here as well.
Yep. We have Terra's first SSD moving up in the middle in conjunction with Cornstarch's, and we have a half track. Okay, yeah. So it looks like Terra bought 2 of them, gave 1 to his teammate. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of flame tanks. And I may be wrong, but there doesn't seem to be a single unit of anti-tank on this far left side for the Axis players. No, Allied players, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't see any bazookas. Oh wait, hold on, there is one. Oh no, that's...
No.
Yeah, there's nothing here. He has nothing,
And
to my knowledge.
that is the problem with buying nothing but shock squads. Shock squads are great, but when the flame tanks come out, you really want at least a bazooka, or preferably a light tank.
I mean, that's how you deal with SSDs. You want to take those half tracks, and you want to take the bazookas out of them when they spawn.
Let's see if he remembers, because Silica actually has at least 2 bazookas, if not 3, because he's bought a whole bunch of rifle squads. So they're sitting
Yeah,
here
Dark
before
Wolf.
us.
Dark Wolf's coming out with a Greyhound.
Okay, that's a...
But that's, I mean, it's a bit too late at this point. He already has his SSD, I mean...
Yeah,
they control.
It, more importantly, he's got a lot of infantry behind to follow this up, and there's just map control for days. It's not ideal.
Oh, another SSD is coming right through the middle here. There's one bazooka. Let's see if Silica can micro his bazooka. Not seeing anything. Oh, and there it goes. There goes the bazooka. There's another one over here that he could use to contend with his SSD, but nothing's happening.
And the entire map is on fire. I'm not sure if anybody doubted.
Oh, look at that.
Happen, but
He tracked it. The SSD is tracked in the middle.
I'm watching it. Definitely.
Yeah, there's nothing else here.
That's a good hit from, I believe it was Celica, so it's immobilized for now. But we have the easternmost SSD is diverting to help its brother in arms. So he's pushing west across open lines, and there is no exploitative AT. I think there's 1 anti-tank rifle in a bush here, but...
Oh, look at this. This SSD is not having any resistance right here. I mean, it's stopped. Cornstarch isn't microing it, but there is an AT rifle behind it from Dark.
He's got the PTRS in the woods, and if it can pen at that distance, he might be able to actually take it out, but... Not a lot of...
Terra is just doing exceptionally well capturing all this territory.
Yeah.
And there's a massive... Oh, look at the right, on the east side. So
Oh,
Barbara
okay.
is
You're
pushing...
looking at the opposite. Okay, so that's my left side. I'll switch around. Yeah, he's got infantry. He's pushing the wide flank. Terra is, at least.
But there's nothing here. There's no infantry. He's uncontested advancing on the east side.
Oh, the SSD? No, because he's got a PTRS in the woods, and he at least penetrated it once.
No, I mean, if you look on the map, you can see that there's west and east, the little dots there on the side of the
I'm
map.
looking at... Oh, sorry. I'm looking at, like, the south... the northeast point, where the SSD is, right next to the woods. You have the Greyhound advancing from the woods to a semi-immobilized SSD, so we may see at least 1 loss here. But yeah, we have a lot of infantry coming up for the Team Dave. A lot of full squads of Imperial Guard here, which are not... Yeah.
The moment this Imperial Guard starts erecting these sandbags...
That's when it's over.
Yeah, it's gonna be over at that point. As a matter of fact, this flank is completely lost. I don't anticipate there's going to be anything that they can do to counter this point. There goes the sandbags.
Yeah, on the west point, we have a lot of Volksgrenadiers supported by a half-track against a lot of infantry.
No
Yeah.
flame panzers yet. That surprised me. That's one of the anticipations that I made that hasn't actually come to fruition yet.
Oh, you don't need them. SSDs are cheaper, apparently. So if you've
No,
got...
for Germany. The German flame panzers.
Well, I know, but what it seems to be the case is Terra is just buying SSDs for his teammates, which I believe they're cheaper, and that you get them earlier than the Flamen Panzer. So that seems to be their deal. And now we see Team Dave erecting fortifications in the opponent's easternmost spawn point, almost. So, not a
Can't really.
position you want to be in. Even the Gaz truck won't save him.
The Greyhound has been. Oh, it's lost all its wheels.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, well, in turn, we have at least one SSD killed, so that is at least somewhat of a trade. And Terra's SSD is still tracked in the woods, although he's got a lot of fortified Imperial Guard behind that, so it's not going to be a fun time to push. I'm not going to lie, they've got a pretty rough uphill journey to retake a lot of these points.
With this flank lost, they're going to need to direct the entirety of their attention to the 3 middle points on the western side of the map, but with the volume of infantry that is present here, from Terra, there's lots of sandbags, lots of Imperial Guards. This SSC still hasn't even been killed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd have to be exceptionally good. And who knows, they might be. Like, this Greyhound is still doing work taking out Imperial Guard squads, but...
I expect that in a moment, though, this Gaz is going to be neutralized by an AT rifle or...
I'm not 100% confident they have AT rifles over here. Oh, wait.
Oh, look at that. We have our first T-34 platoon from Dark Wolf.
If he well places that and he supports it with infantry, T-34 platoon could do some decent work, I'm not going to lie. You got to separate them out so they're not overlapping, and then have enough...
German on the right side, the west side.
Yeah, so you don't get Panzerfausted. A lot of T-34s in spawn.
He might attempt to make use of those buy one get one free, the sequential buys.
Yeah, it's honestly what I would do. That's the advantage of the Soviets. You get a lot of numerical superiority. Not a lot of movement on the far western side. It seems like they're focusing their push on the opposite side of the map. It really hasn't moved, even though you've got a decrewed half-track and some airborne guys. That said, he is here on the far western side, has brought in a regular Sherman, which, at this point in the game, it's not terrible.
He doesn't have any infantry, though.
Yeah.
Or very minimal infantry. Oh, look at that! He just killed that half-track.
No, I mean, that was a foregone conclusion. But again, you said it. He has no infantry to back it up. So if he kills the half-track and wipes out the infantry in here, he's not going to be able to take ground yet. But yeah, you've got the fortifications. These haven't been destroyed completely by the gas truck. T-34s are nice, but they own the entire wood line. So... And you've even got the Type 4 RPG, which is apparently like a bazooka with more range. So, unless he's really careful, that's going to take out any kind of close-in push with armor.
T-34 going to... Oh, look at that!
Oof. That's not a nice
Yeah,
trade.
this is not looking very good.
That is not a nice trade at all. You don't want to lose T-34s to Japanese tanks. I know the Japanese get some decent tanks, but like... I don't know, Chinu ain't it.
Murder coming from cornstarch. Let's see what he's going to do with that.
Yeah.
Sherman in the middle of this tree line here. Now, I wouldn't exactly say that's the best position for it, but I suppose we'll see.
Honestly, they just seem to be scrambling to mount a defense for their closest capture points. Like, all of the woods north of their immediate capture points are just occupied the entire way. There's infantry everywhere.
You can see that this T-34 is attempting to neutralize this Chinu here.
Actually, the Greyhound just killed, or at least severely injured, one of the Japanese tanks. So that's at least a trade up, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, look at that. There we go. That.
Oh, God.
And they got the gas, too.
They got a twofer. That's really unfortunate. You got to be careful with that.
This Chinu immediately already on the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah. Oh, and that just died. But we are seeing some flamethrower micro from Dark Wolf. Pretty good, considering, you know, that is how you clear sandbags and fortifications. It works really well.
At this point, I'm fully anticipating the match is going to be lost for the Allied team.
That is the most likely outcome.
I mean, I'm trying to be as optimistic as I can, but the fact that their flank has been totally lost They're making bad trades with their T-34s. Almost no micro. It seems like a pretty foregone conclusion at this point.
Oh, I understand. I'm not an optimist. I'm just trying to be polite. But yes, no. Again, it's an uphill battle. Quite literally, actually, in some cases of the map. You know, this is a very topographically varied map. Kind of nice, actually. A lot better than I thought it was gonna be. We're seeing some heavy white phosphorus artillery come down on one of the points here. Really, really nasty stuff.
Which one? Which point specifically?
It is the second from far easternmost.
Being Point Delta.
Shit, how do you see the names of each of? Oh no, it says Zone Golf. Yeah, there we go. But that's actually friendly white phosphorus because the Axis team, yeah, except for Terra, doesn't get that. So I believe that's coming from Silica Packet's 4.2-inch mortar, and he almost burned away his entire front line on this point. So that's really unfortunate. Dude seems to have a penchant for friendly fire. We got a T-34 that's hiding in the woods here. He's trying to take out the SSD. And he succeeds. That's another dead SSD.
It seems that the first of the shade is going to begin from George.
Yeah. It was inevitable, but...
Another Chi-Nu that is coming from Terra at the moment.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of infantry that is back here that is just not being microed.
Yep, we're seeing a lot of Imperial Guard reinforcements come up against shock LMG guys. Which, I don't know, those guys would be decent in cover, but when you're lying down against Japanese...
Oh, did that Greyhound just disabled?
Dude, that
the gun
Greyhound,
breach.
yeah, that's on the top of the leaderboard now, yeah.
Look at that, I cannot believe this Greyhound is actually doing so well. Oh, there it goes, the Chi-Nu killed it. They traded, I cannot believe it.
More than traded, that was the second expensive Japanese tank that the Greyhound took down, so Greyhound MVP, we should probably nerf
But
it.
still, Terra has quite a bit of MP remaining, 400 about. Which is more than enough for some of the... Oh, he just purchased a marine tank, a Jihan 120. The Jihan 120 has this massive gun on it that's going to be able to destroy.
The game is over. That is the microer's dream tank. It's so good. And you can get a lot of them, because if it's still an SP buy, and we get oh, hello. The proper kamikaze single buys are coming out.
Silica is attempting to crawl all the way to the middle point. But again... he's just losing too much infantry. He's pushing with one of his bazooka infantrymen, which is a terrible idea.
Yeah, you really need to separate those squads out.
We have an ISU 152.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay, that's a decent choice, I guess, unless he gets under fire.
To get rid of all these sandbags?
Yeah.
Oh, a Panzer IV. A Panzer IV, it's a questionable buy in my opinion.
Actually, no, I take it back. The ISU is a horrible choice for this side of the map, because if you look, it's all uphill.
So, yeah, so I'm going to say the same about this Panzer IV. I mean, they both made terrible buys. I mean, the Panzer IV, there's just such a limited time frame for it. I rarely ever buy the Panzer IV, except when I'm playing against the UK.
Oh yeah, dude, we completely agree on that. Panzer IVs are bad. If you buy them... I don't know, unless you're really, really good and you're really, really far ahead, it's kind of a desperation thing.
I mean, Charles has the ability to use Panzer IVs, but then again, his micro is exceptional, which means that it's perfectly reasonable to use that vehicle.
Yeah, that dude can micro, like, a motorbike and make it effective, so...
T-34 is retreating from middle.
Yeah, I was going to say the western side is just not moved. We got the US player, he is here, has brought up a bunch of... infantry single buys, but rifle squad, he's trying to crawl that to the point. Honestly, there hasn't been much movement at all, because neither player's really enforced it too much. But if he can kill that half track, he might actually take that point. But that's just one of 5 middle points, so... Although, we get Silica Packet, who is using a guard squad that apparently... I would imagine Dark Wolf gave that to him. He's smoked off, which is, you know, that's some decent micro right there. He just needs to get some grenades out. If you look at the very middlemost point, we're seeing like a kind of concerted infantry push against entrenched. No,
I mean, we'll see if. Oh.
Nope. Okay.
Okay, I crashed. I think I crashed.
Oh shit. Here, I'll stream my game in Discord.
You can just kick me. I
Give 'em enough
crashed.
abuse, yeah. Well, go tell them that. I'm not hosting the game. Yep, okay, you're gone. Alright, okay. Well, there's not a lot of super witty things you can say, and I'm not going to try. It's a really unfortunate game here. I do have the game streamed in Discord, though. I don't know.
Yeah, you give.
Okay. I don't know how the quality is. I can't guarantee it's anywhere decent, but... Yep. Yeah, Cornstarch's Martyr's taking out shit. I will say, to exceed expectations, the Panzer IV hasn't died yet. It's actually doing really, really well.
Oh, look at that! It just killed that BA. And here comes the Jiha 120.
Yeah, actually no, that was the Panzerfaust that killed the BA, not the Panzer IV.
Really? Oh, hold on. It's just a little blurry. Your kill feed.
Oh, no, it's because it's streaming in like 720p. Sorry about that. It's the only thing we got, though. I don't think this server has 1080p. That's okay, though. But yeah, they've secured basically this entire forest on the easternmost side of their spawn, effectively. So yeah, if you're in a position where you're fighting out of your own spawn, it's not a very optimistic situation, shall we say. The ISU 152 is pretty useless. He's not really returning fire because it's uphill all the way. And the score is 71-3. Terra's sneaking kamikaze troops into their spawn.
Yes, that's going to be very problematic for them, especially if they start spawning additional armor. And I know from personal experience that I scarcely look at my spawn.
Well, yeah, but see, he has infantry here that spotted them, so he knows about them. He just needs to be paying attention enough to like gun them down. So we'll see how aware. Oh, one of them's taking some hits. Yeah, he's got a lot of armor here. We got an ISU 152, another M4A3. And on the flank, another, one of his remaining T-34s, unless he bought a new one. All props to them. They've kind of held the line on the remainder of these last 3 points. There hasn't been a lot of advances. Granted, it's very dense forest, so I wouldn't expect very much, but they are holding the line somewhat. Oh, hello. The Panzer IV goes down to the ISU 152, and I am
Not surprised at all by that.
proven to be wrong. Yeah, Panzer IV not so good. It was the cheapo one too, without the side
Side skirts.
Yeah. Actually, this map is a lot better than I gave it credit for because you've got like this dense forest which kind of prevents you from pushing, and then there's these two lanes in the east and the west where you can push armor down. Very neat. Got some heavy artillery somewhere. A lot of kamikaze troops intermingled out here. Granted, he did manage to find and kill the ones that were sneaking into his spawn, but he's got kamikazes interspaced throughout these trees, kind of embedded with the front line too, so that's a really nasty strategy. It works really well. It looks like, God, who is this? Silica. He's pushed forward enough guys and cleared out enough of the defense that he's actually capturing the middle point again. So, he's hanging in there. Jiha 120 takes out the M4A3. the ISU is tracked as well. So that's basically all his armor shut. Oh, hello. So yeah, the kamikaze. There's a bug sometimes when you get it in close. Sometimes it like weird.
So I mean, what exactly should we do about that, considering it isn't any fault of his that the kamikaze isn't exploding?
What do you mean do about it?
I mean, it appears to be a bug of the game that kamikaze should have exploded.
Oh yeah, can't do anything about it. It's part of the game. It's been in Robz for a long time. Yep, the second one.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that worked. All right.
Yeah, when it gets this laggy, it's kind of hard to like micro and kill a single individual infantry like that. So it's kind of rough. You got another T-34 over here. It's still alive. He's just kind of sitting there. Yeah, there's definitely super heavy artillery somewhere in the back here. Let's go find that. It's either the Chiha. No, it's a Lafayette. Yeah, not certain. A lot of Japanese armor, which is, I don't know, I guess surprising a little bit. He got the T-3045. Pretty decent buy.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, it's just going to be a very slow process until their inevitable defeat.
Yeah, it's just grinding them down. They're taking all the middle points. Even Marines are not good at fighting uphill in the MG42s. Although, props to him, he lit the entire forest on fire. Chiha 120 is continuing to fuck up anything on that side of the map. T-3045 kills the Chinu. Yeah, not a lot going on the rest of the map. That push on the eastern side seems to be effectively the most. You've got a Sherman here that's just kind of sitting on himself. He's not doing much.
It's not min-maxing, certainly. Who is that from? Is that from He Is Here?
Yeah, He Is Here has been the west side, and he hasn't been doing a lot. Granted, his opponent hasn't either, but it seems to be... Yeah, he's just been sitting here. He's kind of trying to push it in.
I fully expect that we're going to see some kind of retaliation, maybe a Panzerschreck, Panzerfaust. If they get a Panzerfaust 60, that's going to be detrimental.
Oh, I mean, I think the entire middle of this map is on a hill, actually. So, like, both sides are on the down low. So Panzerfaust would be great, because you could fire over the middle hill and hit the Sherman. If it had the, enough range and it was unsupported. So, yeah. Really nasty map.
See in a moment. I'm surprised that they hasn't started using that white phosphorus which Shermans come with.
Yeah. Not a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people, but not everybody knows about that. Silica has got a 4.2-inch mortar still. He's putting that to good use. He's actually depopulated the entire middle point. So yeah, he's uncapped 2 of these middle points. It's not enough to turn it around, but, it's a good... Oh, hello. Dark Wolf narrowly avoids getting suicide chargered, so good for him. Oh, there we go. You literally called it. Panzerfaust 60 kills the M4A3.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, but I mean, I knew it was gonna happen.
Oh, it came out of the forest too. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Pretty well,
Yeah,
very good sportsmanship from He Is Here.
Good manners here, Good match.
I mean, are they going to be declaring defeat, or?
No, they're probably going to play it out to the bitter end. Yes, you got to be aware of it. Like, He Is Here, he's got a lot of Marines, which on this side are pretty decent, but they're just sitting in this pit, not really doing very much. They're just sitting in the grass here, and they don't have a lot of sight lines. So Marines are decent, but not in that situation. You got another push with the rifleman on the middle point, which, again, there's no infantry here to hold it. He's got a half-track and a bunch of other stuff, but that's it.
Well, unfortunately, with that T-34, let's see if we'll be able to hold that as well. Perhaps it's going to be Bazooka and an additional Panzerfaust from the German team. And, oh, they're decapping that point now. But again, it's literally their back cap. They're decapping their back point. So they're literally going to need to push all the way to that middle point just to ensure that they can secure it properly.
Yeah, there's 13 points in total, I believe. which means you need a slim majority of 7 to to tie it off, I imagine. But if you have the middle ones neutralized and you have your entire back row, no.
Yeah, you'll need at a very minimum. Yeah, 7 as you accurately stated.
Please double check my math.
No, you're correct. It looks like it's 7.
Brainlets here, but no. Oh man, he had it neutralized for a bit, but the MG42 is kind of tearing him up. I don't know, man. Technically they might be able to win this, but it may look like George crashed, which again, I think they're probably going to call it.
Yeah, so even if George does crash, it's going to be pretty inevitable that they'll win at this point.
Final scoreboard. Now, Dark Wolf's doing pretty decently. He's up there with Terra for the best score in the game. Actually, no, he has the best score in the game. It's closely tied by Terra, but it's not score that wins the game. It's the territory control. So, I will say though, the M8 Greyhound is still the best in the best place for points killed. It's kind of impressive. But that's probably it. George crashes and then they forfeit.
Yeah, let's go ask if they want to continue playing.
Yep.
Alright, I'm just gonna kick George.
So, do you guys
gonna forfeit? Yeah.
Keep going.
Don't worry about it. We're just gonna play
forfeit,
without him.
excuse me. You gonna call it? I'll play on.
No. We can just play without him. Oh, do they want to quit?
I mean, it's kind of over at this point.
let's go ask.
What?
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna ask him.
No.
I'm sorry for the interruption, but would you like to continue playing? Or would you like to declare defeat?
I think.
No, we're not declaring defeat, but
Yeah,
we
like,
can do a rematch.
yeah.
Well, if you would like to do a rematch, that condition is only suitable if there's a probability of your victory. But at the moment, in the ref's considered opinion, you lost your back flag on the west side of the map.
We had it.
It's captured
back,
right
though, at
now,
the end there.
actually.
I mean,
Yeah, it's in our hands right now.
there's still only 25 points left in the game, and since we can see everything
But-
on the map, we won't tell any details about
Yeah.
it. I
Well, I guess
express
you guys
my
make a rule and we
considerable
can't
doubts
argue
for
it.
your ability to recapture 4 of the points in the middle of the map.
Well, because we had 2 at the time, or we had 1 and we're capping 1. Like, if you think we can, it's whatever. Like, good
Yeah,
job.
Alright,
what
you
about
have you have your 4 points in the rear. You need to capture 3 in the middle, of which you have 1.5. So it's technically doable, but again.
Like, if you guys don't think it's happening, it's not happening.
No,
Because you were, yeah.
if you would like to, that's only for a rematch. If you want to have a rematch, that condition needs to be satisfied. You can keep playing and attempt to win, but
It crashed me when he crashed. So like,
Yeah, they're both down.
We're
Yeah,
retaking
yeah.
now.
oh, is it a
gonna
2v2?
win.
Right?
Okay. It is a 2v2 right now, so
Oh, okay. Then I suppose we'll keep
Yeah.
playing since they said they wanted to continue playing. So
Alright,
let's
play on.
yeah, perfect. Can I come
Alright,
to the
thank
ref
you,
box
Jimmy.
and like just chat or like?
no, that might
Damn
potentially
it.
cause favoritism. Sorry.
no, that
I
makes
guess
sense.
I get it.
Alright, we're just playing on since it's 2v2. So best of luck, lads.
Best of luck.
Okay, I guess we're playing on. Martyr's continuing to kill Shermans.
Oh, you forgot to stream, by the way.
No, I'm streaming.
No, in Discord.
Oh, in Discord shit. My bad. All 720p of it.
Well, just with the delay, I don't have the ability to see what's happening in real time.
No, I understand. It's a bad situation.
Let's see what the AI has the ability to do.
I'm genuinely curious. You got a lot of AI Volksgrenadiers who are
Look
pushing
how
forward, though.
they're advancing completely.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be killed.
There's a wall of green, but in contrast to that, they have secured at least one of these middle points. Possibly 2 if they can clear these guys out. Yeah, one of them is pretty firmly in their control. They're not moving to retake that anytime soon.
What is that vehicle that Terra just purchased?
Okay.
No. Look at the tank that he has. Is that a Cheeto?
Ah, yep. I don't know if that's what it's called, but sorry, it's switched friendly faction when you crashed. Yeah, no, it's the Chi-Ri.
Chi-Ri.
I don't know if
I
that's the
usually-
one that comes with the special ammunition. I can't remember which one that is.
I'm pretty certain. I usually see people buy the cheat tow, but apparently this vehicle has the same range. Its pen, I'm not really certain about, but this does appear to be an acceptable buy.
Oh, I mean, as far as Japanese armor is concerned, yeah, I'm not gonna call it bad by any case. I don't know how much it costs though, so actually we can probably find that out. The Chiri. Yeah, that's 650 MP. That's actually not bad at all. It's like 1.5
For
Shermans.
230 range, yeah, that's perfectly.
Yeah,
acceptable.
1.5 Shermans. Obviously it's like you got to keep it out of range. It's like a Japanese martyr almost, in terms of like usability. Yeah, a lot of American tanks going down here. There's like 2 Sherman corpses like right next to each other. A lot of MG42 fire. I don't know. There is an overwhelming wall of AI infantry pushing forward though, and that's a really bad case scenario when it's your spawn they're pushing into. Dude, they're all Sturm Grenadiers too. Every single one of these guys has a STG. Yeah, it's 112 to 3.
Yeah, at this point, I think that our predictions were reasonably accurate.
Reasonably accurate is a way to say.
Oh, look at that! Just getting absolutely obliterated by that.
Yeah, he has a mortar there that has been stacking up some kills. I'm not gonna lie.
Can you check what the total infantry kill count on the mortar is? No, just go click on it.
Yeah. We gotta find the mortar first. It was in his back somewhere. By the ammo crate, yeah.
Click on the little top bar there.
Okay.
34 infantry kills.
31, but yeah, it's close enough.
Okay.
Hey, that's all right, but I'm not gonna lie. The 4.2 inch is kind of expensive. That's like the same cost as a.
See, I think one of the best mortars you can get would probably be either the PM38 from the Guards or the 12cm GRW from Ostfront, specifically the Ostfront mortar, because it has 11 to 13 rounds per minute as its fire rate.
Nah, I'm okay. Another Sherman goes down to the Chiri. Yeah.
Yeah, that does appear to be a good buy. With respect to min-maxing, if that... oh, is that another?
I wonder if that's a leave. Maybe a crash, maybe a leave, I don't know. No, best mortar, definitely the Guards, 120 mil. Second, close second, going to the Soviet 120 mil, just because of the white phosphorus and like the nuclear rounds. Those are really nasty. But with our second of 3 players going down, I think that's probably it.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait because the game's about to end in a second here. I don't think that's
there's
still like
7 ticks left. It's pretty close to the end. A lot of dead Shermans. He actually bought a Calliope in the back here. Interesting. Yeah, there's that Chiri. He how many kills has he got? 3 vehicle kills, 7 infantry kills. So yeah, goodbye on his part. Yeah, not a lot to focus on. They're just getting overwhelmed. They're getting driven into their spawn. Cool match, but... Ooh, hello. Oh, some elite Panzer Grenadiers, that's why they're so vetted. Yeah, no, they're really not pushing anywhere else except the far eastern side. And that's game. 1 more tick.
There it is.
There it is indeed.
Alright, we're gonna move back into general.
Enemy infantry, or no, that might
I think it's not gonna be able to take this shit. We already got him, right? We got him now. On me. Oh my god! This is such...
Hey, we got a hostile truck to the south.
Oh, he's spot
Whoa!